Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be part 3 of my spiritual awakening series. So we left off on part 2 where I collapsed and things went completely black. I spiritually experienced hell and I felt a total separation from God. I felt like I was falling down but going up at the same time, similar to a ride that you would go on at an amusement park, and it was the most bizarre and most painful feeling that I have ever gone through. All I saw was black, and then a few seconds later I saw nothing but black with like a red blood type of color, and I felt total despair, torment. Just imagine your worst fears here on earth. Experiencing the worst pain and fear that you have here is nothing compared to what you are feeling down there in the freaking pits of hell. I don't care what anyone says. I know what I felt. I know what I saw, and I will never, ever, ever forget that feeling. And that is why I am here sharing this testimony to everybody. You're basically in your own personal hell. Hell is being tormented and tortured with your biggest fears, and it is repeated over and 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 over again. It's that constant fear, and it just keeps going. It doesn't stop. It felt like an eternity. It was like as if there was no time. And I remember just looking for my kids and I couldn't find them. And I remember seeing these awful things that my husband was doing behind my back, and it just plays a picture for you over and over and over and over. I completely left my body. I was no longer in my body. I didn't know where I was. It was so dark. It was nothing that I've ever experienced. I just wanted to get the hell out of that place. I just had no idea what the hell was going on. Pun intended. So after what seemed like an eternity, I was back in my body, holding my chest and freaking out. As I was coming to, I can still hear that voice instigating things in my mind, and I couldn't shut it off. And I was almost like in this trance. And it was Satan. It was Satan. And he was egging me on and instigating, go pick a fight, pick a fight, pick a fight with your husband. He's been doing all this stuff behind your back. And he started showing me things in my mind. It was all of this trickery and deceiving me and telling me all these things. And in that moment, I believed that those things were true, 100%. And that was the ugliest feeling. I didn't want that dark energy on me, and it was like stuck on me, and I couldn't shake it off. And my husband was there, and he didn't know what to do. He was freaking out. Not only did he know that I couldn't walk because of my knee, he was just looking at me like, my husband said he had never seen that look in my eye before, ever. And the way that I had carried myself was very unusual. It was very unlike me. And I remember just walking, and he was just completely in shock. Not only is he freaking out because I'm walking, but he noticed that that wasn't my walk either. It was like a very strange gliding type walk. And I know this sounds really scary and really weird. This is the truth. This is what happened to me. By this point, he's not even concerned with the fact that I was collapsed, not breathing. He was more like, how is she walking? And why does she look weird? Even though my soul was back in my body, I was still stuck in that place because that is how traumatizing it is. I couldn't shake it off at all. And then boom, I just started accusing him of all of the things that I saw while I was down there. And I mean, his jaw just dropped. He was so offended and he was so mad because I had said it with such conviction. So he's not even concerned with the fact that I had collapsed. I mean, he's in this moment like, she's walking weird. She has this weird look on her face. She has this weird look in her eye. And then I felt that I had this strong protection all of a sudden. It was God, and he was like almost like protecting me. And in that moment, he was showing me all of the fear and the self-doubt and all of the trickery that I was given my whole life, and how I was tricked into thinking all of these different things. That's one thing I learned, is that God does not instill fear into us. As I felt this protection like a warm blanket over me, the trance was starting to disappear. And I remember feeling like I just need to shut up. Because my husband at this point, he not only is he freaked out, he's pissed off because I had just accused him of all of these things, and I said it as if they were all facts. Of course I was about to argue with him, but then I felt something literally just shut my mouth up. Just completely like, and I couldn't talk. I remember God telling me, listen to him, he's telling the truth. At that point, I didn't need to hear anything else from him because God already confirmed that he was telling the truth. I really didn't care what he had to say, and God instantly put me to sleep. So when I woke up after God put me to sleep for about 5 hours, I felt really sick. I did not feel right. If somebody dies and their heart stops for a minute or 2 minutes or longer, when you come to and your heart's beating again, you don't just get up and, go to the park or go to the mall. You're completely weak and you don't feel well. My oldest son is an atheist, and so this whole experience and encounter that I had and spiritually experiencing how God chose to do it on my son's birthday. And I just thought that was so beautiful. It was just, it's like he's always thinking about everybody, and, his timing is so perfect. I was able to celebrate my son's birthday later on that day, and I was just walking like as if I had a brand new knee, which I did, and I kind of felt like something was helping me walk. I was just walking, and it was such an amazing feeling, but I did feel very, very ill. I couldn't eat anything at my son's birthday dinner. I just remember feeling really spacey, really out of it. I even felt a little betrayed, like, why did you have me go through that? I was still confused at that moment, as far as what happened and why it happened. My son, he was definitely a little tripped out. He's like, Mom, I logically cannot explain how you're walking right now when you needed major surgery on your knee. I can't explain that, but I'm just gonna leave it. And he didn't want to delve into, thinking about what could have happened or what did happen. He didn't really know what to say, and we don't really talk about it. Like I had mentioned in part 2, I had asked God to please remove any toxins and anything poisonous in my body. So when I got home later that night, I just started throwing up. In total, I was sick for about a week following that encounter. People have been spiritually attacked following these types of encounters because these demons down there and Satan, they don't want you to share your testimony. They don't want you to know that there really is a God. I mean, he doesn't even want you to know that he exists himself. They don't want you to share that information with people or anybody, to show that there really is a God and there really is a hell. So that night when I was laying in bed trying to fall asleep, I felt like an army of angels surrounding me in my room. This is such a personal message that I never would have shared. If it was my choice, I would not be sharing this. I just wouldn't. I procrastinated so long to get this testimony out. It happened this year on January 31st, and look at how long it has taken me to get these videos out. So I'm here just sharing what I went through and my message to everybody. There is a God, and he loves each and every one of you. Everybody has free will. It's up to you what you choose to believe and what you choose not to believe. I've told loved ones this story, and some believe that my mind is that strong that I healed my own knee that needed major surgery. I mean, in all honesty, I can't give my mind that much credit because it's not that powerful. At all. While I was recovering, God reminded me that I was the one asking questions. Was hell real? And if it was, and what does it feel like? What does it look like? I felt like such an idiot because I don't ever want to experience that again. And I think subconsciously as a child, having that curiosity, I think the reason for that is because I knew that I needed something to keep my butt on check. After going through that, I am on check. Like, I am on check for life. there's a lot of people out there that think I'm completely loony. You know what? I don't even care. I know what I went through. My husband saw what I went through. Both of my kids were freaked out that I was walking. You know, I feel so blessed that I was chosen to experience this. This was the most fascinating, profound, amazing thing that has ever happened to me. After what I went through down there, it's like, I don't even care. Like, some of the things that I used to care about or get mad about, I'm like, that's nothing. I don't care. I don't care. That concludes my spiritual awakening series. I will talk to you guys soon, and God bless you.